Hi, my name is Elisa. Welcome to my channel, and today I am going over my April empties. So it is very far into May that I'm filming this, and the main reason for that is that work has sucked and I have been depressed, and I'm just gonna throw that out there. I have been in no mood to film or to really care about using my makeup products. Like, I'm pretty sure my project update is going to be really boring at the end of this month because I just have not cared. This is like the first day this entire month that I've done my makeup that I have just felt motivated, really. So fingers crossed I'm coming out of it. I'm not totally sure. I don't think work is going to get any better, and hopefully I just get new coping skills. We'll see. But let's talk about empties. So, a decent amount of empties, but I also have quite a few beauty products that I have decluttered this month. Some that I actually don't have with me because I already sold them. So let's just start. First thing, I grab a staple in my empties, 2 Bath & Body Works hand soaps. This is in Autumn Adventures and this is in Sweater Weather. Obviously these are fall scents. It is May. Oh well. I tend to just buy when they go like 7 for $28 or anything like that, and then I just work through them. I think I'm working on Bridgerton ones right now. So these scents were fine. Don't really remember any of them. I never really remember how I feel unless it was awful, but I will continue to purchase Bath & Body Works soaps. Just what I like. Speaking of Bath & Body Works, we have one Wallflower. Love these. Continue to repurchase these. We'll have like 5 next month that are empty. Here we are. This is the Vanilla Birch 3-wick candle from Bath & Body Works, and this I just never smelled. Like, it smells good smelling the actual candle, but when you light it, I swear this just did nothing. Like, I never once felt like I walked into the kitchen and was like, yes, this smells good. It was like, are you sure you're scented? It just had no scent throw. Would not repurchase this. Last up for Bath & Body Works, this is the Champagne Apple and Honey Body Wash. I like this a lot. I've already repurchased another Bath & Body Works soap. I don't really repurchase scents except for the Snowflake and Cashmere scent, but this was fine. I feel like I have had this one before because it kind of smelled like college. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, why do I feel like I have like a final to take or like an issue with my roommate? It was weird, but it was good. We have one hair empty, and that is the Pureology Refresh and Go Dry Shampoo. I did not like this. I do not feel like this did anything for my hair. I missed my Batiste, and I was kind of like, I don't think high-end dry shampoo really does much. And then I tried the one I'm using right now, which is, I want to say the Biolage one. I like that one a lot. This did nothing, like, at all. I'm not really sure what the point of it was, and I'm not really sure why it had such good reviews. I would rather buy Batiste. Some random stuff from my pan. We have the Crest 3D white strips. I will never repurchase these again. I promise myself that, because these hurt my teeth so badly. Not in the moment, but like 6 to 8 hours later, I am in so much pain, and there's just nothing that helps, and I just kind of have to suffer through it until it goes away. Like, it's just like sharp shooting pain. I hate them. I have very sensitive teeth. These were not made for that. They were not made for that. The shower steamers, the Wake the Fuck Up shower steamers from my pan, are now gone. I've talked about these a few times. I do not like them. I never smelled them. I don't really know what the point of these were, and I am not a shower steamer girly. We have 2 setting spray empties. We have the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I keep going back and forth on whether or not I would repurchase this. I liked it because it doesn't really feel like anything's going on your skin, so it doesn't feel like you're getting like a bath at the end. I think it did something. I struggle because I was using this with a foundation that I hated and that was breaking up on my skin, but that was just the way the formula was behaving on my skin. I don't think this could have done anything to save it. But because of that, I'm not totally sure how I feel about it. So I think I'm open to purchasing it again. It's just not first choice. And then we have a mini of the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. I love Fix Plus. This was the saving grace of that foundation that I hated, because without this, it looked awful. So yes, I currently have a full size, I think it's like the long wear one. I just like MAC Fix Plus a lot. I don't mind that it kind of, like, yes, it is much more of a wet experience, but I also really like the way it looks. So I'm like able to put up with it. Let's do fragrance. We've got 2 mini fragrance samples. This is Jo Malone English Pear and Freesia, which I already own a full size of. I like this a lot. Will continue to wear it. And this is YSL Libre. I don't love this. I had a travel size of it a few years ago. I believe I panned it, and it just doesn't do much for me. I'm not really into this family of fragrances. Like, to me, this smells a lot like J'adore by Dior and a couple other ones that just, maybe it's just because they smell really similar to perfumes my mom loves. So on me, I just don't feel like me. And then this was from my pan. This is the Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. I am not totally sure why I loved this so much when I bought it, because it's just kind of sickening. Like, it's definitely one of those that I was surprised didn't give me a headache. And I remember when I first bought this, I had gotten a sample of it and I was like, actually, I hate this. I don't like it at all. I don't know why people love this so much. And then I went into Sephora and I smelled it, and for some reason was like, wait, I actually like that a lot. Bought this, regret it. Don't, like, it's one of those things where I'm like, why did you buy that? And that's just what happens when I go into Sephora, which is why I don't really do that anymore. So yeah, happy this is gone, would not repurchase. Some more randoms. We have Sensodyne toothpaste, as I said, very sensitive teeth. This is the extra whitening. I like it a lot. I have repurchased. I'm using that. Some of my holy grail items. This is an Impress press-on nail set that I used up. I tend to not use them up fully. I definitely threw away a few of these because they were just too big on my nails. And a lot of the time I will have like 2 left over. And I think that's what actually happened with this set. And I just found a set that it fit the vibe of, and I just stuck it in with those extras. So I have a lot of like half-finished Impress sets that I'll just pull it back out when I feel like it. But yes, this one's empty. I love them. I will continue to buy them. I do not need to buy them because I bought like something like 30 pairs last fall when they were on like mega sale, and I'm still working my way through those. So yeah. And last up, we have some skincare. This was in my pan. This is the Trader Joe's Daily Facial Sunscreen. I would continue to repurchase this. I'm on a Supergoop one right now that I'm actually liking a lot because it's mineral. This is not, but I like it. The avobenzone does not, I believe it's the avobenzone that turns things orange if you have well water. And I didn't have that problem with this, which was good. But yes, this does feel like the Supergoop one a lot of ways, and it's a lot cheaper. So yes, I don't have a Trader Joe's near me, but if I go to Trader Joe's in the next few months, I will pick one up. 2 toners. One is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This was good. I think it was a little old. I definitely would buy this again. I liked the way it made my skin feel. However, I am using the Tower 28 spray as my toner right now, and I find that that is doing way more for my skin than any other toner I have ever used. So I'm open to purchasing this again, but the Tower 28 spray is just doing such a good job. I don't feel the need. This is the Origins Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience Soothing Treatment Lotion. This was fine. This kind of smelled crazy. I don't feel like I am the target customer for this. I feel like it's too small for me to have noticed any real difference in my skin, and I am not drawn to purchasing a full size of this. We have the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. This was fine. Smells like pumpkin pie. I am starting to believe the face masks like do nothing for me. And it might just be that my face mask collection is quite old. However, this was fine. I'm not going to buy this again. And my last empty is so exciting. It is my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the original scent. It's gone. I was panning this and honestly it felt like it was never going to end, and then all of a sudden it was just gone. So yes, I would buy this again. I'm currently using one by CosRX and it's very gritty and I feel like it disappears so much quicker than this. Like this stays on. Like I can put it on when I get out of the shower and I will still have it on like an hour into work. Like I can feel it. It sticks. The CosRX just kind of disappears the second I do anything. So definitely would buy another one of these once I get through all of my other lip balms. Now let's talk about Decluttered products. So first up, the NARS foundation. This is the Sheer Glow foundation. I talked about this in my pan and I believe my quarterly update. I just hate this. I just simply hate it. It very well may be that this is just old and separating on my skin. It very well may be that the formula is just not meant for me. Either way, I'm not gonna pick this up anytime soon. I have a NARS foundation that I love and that I am enjoying using and that does not give me the millions of problems that this gave me. The final straw really for me was we went to a wedding in March and I wore this the Friday we were there, and I'd had it on like 2 hours and it was like breaking up all around my skin and I was just like, I hate this. Like I feel gross. Like I don't feel good. And like we went to the rehearsal dinner and I did my best to like fix it beforehand and it just had no lasting power and it just made me not feel my best. And then the next day I had brought the other NARS foundation because I was, you know, I was aware of how this made me feel. And it was so beautiful. It sat on my skin so nicely. It just lasted and lasted and lasted. It did not break up. And I was like, why am I wasting time with this? Why am I suffering through this when I can just call it quits and use something that actually looks good on my skin? So this is gone. In the middle here, I'm going to talk about the 4 perfumes that I decluttered. I used up that Killian perfume and I went to go pick out my next one. And I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I know which one I'm going to use up. It's the Clean Reserve Radiant Nectar. And it was in the like 3-ounce bottle. I had gotten this from one of those sets that you get around Christmas time where they give you a bunch of samples and then you pick your favorite one. I was obsessed with Radiant Nectar. I loved that sample so much. I was like, this is like my signature scent. This is perfect. It's beautiful. I love it so much. Cut to, I got it. Got the full size on my birthday, I'm pretty sure. Take it home, and I remember the first time I used it, I was like, this is not hitting the way the sample hit. Didn't really think much of it, used it for a week as my normal like rolling progression does. And then I used it again beginning of this year, I want to say, and I was like, something is off about this. It's not that old and it just smells really weird. And so I started doing research, and apparently this is a very common thing with this perfume, that the sample and the travel size smell amazing and they, you know, hold up and they keep smelling amazing. The larger sizes smell kind of rancid. So yeah, and I was a little bit dedicated where I was like, I can layer it and figure out a way, and it just was not working. So I was like, you know what, I'm getting rid of it. I put it out at a yard sale we had. A girl came, she sprayed it, she liked it, she bought it, she left. And I was like, cool, happy for you that you like that. Does not smell good on me. While I was doing that, I just started kind of playing with my perfume and was like, I had marked some that I was like, I would like to pan these because I don't like them that much. So I was picking them up, I was spraying them, and I was like, you know what? Why am I gonna suffer through these? Suffer, it's perfume. When I have 30 perfumes and I have more than one perfume one person can ever use. So why am I keeping these? Why am I going to pan these? It's not going to be enjoyable at all. Get rid of them. So I got rid of my Gucci Guilty and my Gucci Bloom Original. And yeah, they just were not me. And the same goes for Alien by Mugler. I think they all smell similar in the way of, I don't want to say like they're muskier, but like they're more nighttime scents for me. And I am just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. They sold super quickly at the yard sale and I was like, cool, great. They are out of my collection and I feel good about it because I feel like I was holding really tightly to my perfumes and accepting that, hey, you are actually never going to be able to use all of those before they all smell awful. So, you know, I still have like 30 perfumes. It's still too many, but it feels good to have let them go. Last up, we have lip products. First up, this is a Nationals chapstick. One time, probably like 2-3 years ago, I went to a Nats game with my boyfriend and his family, forgot to bring chapstick, and my lips immediately were just so dry. So I bought this for like $3 at the game, and it has since expired. Yeah, so speaking of expired, we have 2 more Dose of Color lipsticks. I think these are my last 2. One of them started to smell weird and I was like, you know what? We're calling this quits with these. This is Campfire and this is Truffle. These were my jam a few years ago, but they're old and it's time to accept that and get rid of them. Next up, we have the NARS, what are these called? Velvet Lip Glides in the color Unspeakable. When these came out, I got a bunch of these minis and my issue with that set is they were all very similar colors, like they're all like deeper colors, and I kind of just pulled these out and was like, wait a second, why do I own all of these? They don't look that different on the lip. Get rid of one. So I did, and it was Unspeakable. This one, this is MAC Taupe. I think I talked about this in one of these the use videos. I did not realize that I owned this color in 2 formulas. So this is just the normal matte, and then I owned it in some other matte formula that I had gotten out of the advent calendar, and I had been pretty good with that advent calendar about if I already had a color, I would just immediately pass it on to somebody. That one just flew under the radar, I guess, and I am getting to get rid of the older lipstick. Last up, we have 3 lipsticks that I have come to terms I'm not gonna wear. We have MAC Morange. Once upon a time, this was my jam. I loved bright, crazy lipsticks. I was known for it. If it was summer, I was in like a neon lip. If it was winter, I was in a really deep, moody lip. It's just not the case anymore. The last time I wore this, other than like to film, I wore it to a Jonas Brothers concert. And even there, I was like, I am so self-conscious about the bright orange lips and how yellow I think it makes my teeth. So this is gone. Next up, we have NARS Angela, and this I went back and forth with. I actually was so prepared to declutter this last summer. Yet again, it's one of those colors that like 18 to 23-year-old me would have loved. Hell, 16 to 23-year-old me. I wore this last summer out to dinner, I want to say, with my boyfriend and his family, and he was like, wow, I really like your lipstick. And I was like, shit. I was gonna get rid of this. Like, I was ready to declutter it. And I didn't because he liked it. And then I just like popped it on one day and then I went to have lunch with him. And I was like, what do you think of this? Like, I don't think this looks like me. You told me that you liked this. And I just don't think it works. And he's like, you're right. Like, it's fun, but it's not you. And I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm getting rid of it. It's gone. Last up, we have MAC Posh. This was a mistake. I bought this during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty in the fall. They had a bunch of this Locked Kiss line on sale. They were like half off. And I basically just got everything. They were actively going out of stock as I was like buying them. So I just put every one that I could in my cart, and this was one of them. I think it was fall, and I was like, ooh, moody brown, that'll be fun. No, it's not fun. This is just not a color that I'm going to wear out of my house because it is so very brown. So I've come to terms. We're not wearing this, and that is okay. Let me know how your decluttering, your panning, your empties journey is going. I would love to hear it. I know there are so many of us doing this, and that's such a good thing. And I wanna know how you're doing. So thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.